How to make a portfolio website on Wix. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will cover the basics on creating the actual website and obviously showcasing your portfolio on it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So first you would want to go ahead and create a Wix.com account. It's going to be completely for free. In fact, even creating the website could be completely for free. However, if you want to do a few more features, and obviously if you really want a professional website, you would want to upgrade. There's going to be some things that are, lacking when it comes to the free websites, including online payments. So if you're wanting to actually get paid online through Wix website, you'll need to actually upgrade. And, a bunch of other stuff as well that you will need to consider. But other than that, you can actually go in and completely do it for free. So without further ado, we simply just want to go to wix.com and go to sites and then just click on create new site. So far it's going to be completely for free, even account creation. Now this is going to be for Wix Studio, this tab here. So we don't want that. We want to do it for the default Wix editor. We don't want to use Wix Studio. So in that case, I'm just going to click with build with the Wix editor. So this screen should pop up, which is going to be creating your website or letting AI know about your website so it can actually manage it for you. I personally don't prefer to go with AI. I would want to go with setup without chat. But for you, if you want to add some prompts and letting AI know, you can feel free to click on start chat and do it that way. Again, I'm just going to click on setup without chat and continue down this road, and now it's going to be a few questions that you will need to answer. So by the way, if you skip this entire step, it's completely fine. You can do it later on, but I prefer to do it this way because it's going to make things easier for myself later. So what type of website do you want to create? One of the top choices is portfolio, but if you don't see it, you can just go ahead and type in portfolio. You should be able to find it right away. If you want it to be even in a specific niche, you can even feel free to look that up. Click on continue, and this is going to make things easier for us in the future, like I said, and you will see why in a second. So now it's just going to load up the dashboard for us, and we're pretty much set when it comes to actually creating the dashboard of the website. Now for the actual setup, so you'd want to go ahead and give it a name for the site. So I'm just going to do portfolio 1. And then I'm just going to click on continue. Again, if you skip this entire step, it's not going to be major. You can feel free to do things later on yourself manually, but I prefer that if you go down this way because it's just going to be easier for you. Because this is the most important step, and this is why I'm telling you from the beginning, if you actually set it up to be a portfolio website and let them know, it's just going to be easier. Because right now, you will need to install an app on Wix, which is also built by Wix, which is the portfolio app. Without it, you won't be able to set things up for your portfolio unless you want to do some wacky job. But if you find yourself on this page, go ahead and select portfolio among with other apps if you need them. For example, if you want to also do blogs, just go ahead and install blogs. If you want some other stuff like online store, go ahead and install that as well. For the time being, I'm just going to keep it at portfolio and click on continue. And if you don't see this page, by the way, if you have skipped this entire step and you don't see this page, I will also show you how to install this app from within the site editor. So right now, just select this, click on continue, and then just click on continue to dashboard. Great, so how do we know that we actually installed the app? We should be able to find it within the main dashboard here. It should say portfolio. If you don't see it, that means you did not install it. And in order to install it, you will need to actually go in and start designing your site first. And then from within the site editor, you should be able to install it from there. I'm going to show you how. So let's just go ahead and get started with the site design. You simply just want to click on design site from the top right corner. If it's your first time, it's going to pop up with this page, which is going to ask you whether you want to generate a design with AI with a few prompts and a few questions that you answer, or just pick a template that you like and then obviously edit that to your liking. I personally want to go for the template one because it's just easier for me. You don't even need to find templates that are related to your niche. Just find any template that you like the looks of, generally speaking, and then just go in and adjust the elements within it. So I'm just going to pick a template real quick and get back to you once that's done. So once you actually choose a template, this box is going to pop up, which I'm just going to remove right now. If you want to use it, feel free to do so. And it's just going to walk you through the different elements that you should be able to find within the dashboard of the actual site editor. Now, for the editing part of things, it's fairly simple. It's going to be a drag and drop builder, so it's very easy to use. And we will actually discuss that in a second. But first, if you did not install the portfolio app from the previous step, you just want to open up your editor like so. Go to add apps from here on the left side, go to app market and just search for portfolio. So portfolio. And you should be able to find Wix portfolio. This is going to be the app that you will need to install, which is this one. Just go ahead and click on it and click on add to site, and this should have you set up with us. So you should be on the same timeline right now. So now that we have our site, which is, we will need to obviously adjust, change the pages and stuff like that. I'm not really going to talk much about the editor itself, but it's fairly simple. Whatever you want to actually adjust or edit, feel free to just click on it, and then you should be able to find a bunch of settings for that. For example, this background for the strip, you should be able to just click on it and change background by clicking on that, and you should be able to actually do that from here. If you want to change some text, just go ahead and double click on it or click on edit text, and you should be able to obviously write whatever you want in that as well. And if you want to add something rather than adjust it, you can feel free to do it from the add elements tab on the top left side here. You can add images, buttons, strips, codes, whatever you want it to actually add here. So there's plenty that you can actually add. Now, once you actually install the portfolio app, it's actually going to create portfolio pages for you. It should be up here in the menu as well. If you don't see it, you can just click on manage menu and add it later on. But to access them, you can just click on pages and menu. And then from here, you should be able to find a section called portfolio pages. And if you click on that, you should be able to find the portfolio page, the collection pages, and also the project pages. So basically, this is going to be what you want to have. And mainly the portfolio one is going to be the main one. So how do we actually start adjusting our portfolio and adding our own stuff to it? So first, just go ahead and click on save after you're actually, done designing your site. I'm not really going to do much when it comes to design here. But once you're done with that, you simply just want to click on the top left corner, which is the Wix logo. Click on that and go back to the main dashboard. Once this loads up, we want to go to the portfolio section. So just click on portfolio. And once you click on it, the first thing that you will need to do is just set up the different projects. Now, projects are going to be pretty much, your, think of them, I'm not going to say category, but, you have your project, and each project is going to have different images, videos, whatever it may be. And then you also have a collections tab, which is a collection, and then each collection is going to have multiple different projects. It's that kind of, organization that you have. So right now, let's just go in. I'm just going to skip these steps, but obviously for you, the ones they actually choose do reflect on the samples that they are going to give you. But it doesn't really matter that much because you can feel free to set them up manually later. But I'm just going to click on skip, and I'm actually going to click on setup without AI. And now it's just going to give us some samples here that you can feel free to remove if you want to. I'm just going to keep some of them and remove some of them real quick. Now, in your case, mostly you would want to remove them. You don't really need them. And to start, you would want to start by adding some projects. So you can just click on the project section and click on add project from the top right corner. Go ahead and set up a few things about the project, like the project title. So you can just go ahead and name it whatever you want, depending on what you actually want to showcase within this project. So let's just do project 1 test. Click on next, and you would want to give it a description. What's actually going to be included within this portfolio project. Click on next one more time. You should be able to find some basic information here, like the project type, date, location. They're all optional, by the way. If you don't really want to add them, you can feel free to not add them. And now you can feel free to start adding your media on the actual project itself. So all the things that are actually included. This could be images, videos, whatever it may be. So you can just click on upload media from computer, and you would want to obviously select them. So let's just select a bunch of different colors here and click on open. And now it's just going to select all of them here, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on done. Done one more time. And now we are pretty much good to go. Now we can feel free to obviously create another project. But instead, what I'm going to do is just go to collections real quick and show you real quick what this is about. So collections is pretty much a bunch of projects into one collection. So let's say we want to create a new collection. Go ahead and click on new collection from the top right. Give it a name, test collection. Also give it a cover image real quick, because this is actually going to show up in the portfolio page. So I'm just going to upload media real quick and change it to something else, like this one, for example. And then once it's done, I'm just going to click on set as cover. So description, obviously you would want to describe what this collection is going to be, and then you would want to start adding projects into this collection. So just click on manage projects. This is going to give you the list of all the projects that you currently have. If you don't have the one that you want to add, feel free to create it from here as well. But I'm just going to add this one and that one, for example, and click on continue, and then just save. And we're pretty much good to go. That's pretty much all you need to do. So just add projects. If you want to organize them further, you can add them to collections, and you're pretty much set. So let's just go in and see how that reflects onto the portfolio page on our site. So if we open up our Wix website editor real quick, we want to go to the portfolio page once this loads up. So let's just go to the portfolio page. We just want to go to pages and menu, portfolio pages, portfolio. And this is going to open up the different collections at first. And if we click on preview, we should be able to see, test collection, my portfolio. If we click on this one, it's going to show us the different projects within that. And then if we click on one project, it's going to also show us the different items within that project. So this is pretty much all for this video. Hopefully you found it to be informative and helpful. And by the way, before we actually end it, I just need to note that even the projects themselves, the portfolio thing, you can feel free to actually manage and change the design of, and change the preset, change the layout and stuff like that. So it's going to be all from here, by the way. So hopefully you found this video to be helpful, and thanks for watching.